Hey, true conceivers. Welcome to the Heroic Origins podcast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Terrance, and we're just two comic book nerds doing what we love to do.
Make up new superheroes.
We're going to take some random words and a picture,
then riff off them until we come up with a fully fleshed out superhero. We've given ourselves a time limit, one 40-minute regulation brainstorming period.
and if we still haven't finished our hero by then, we'll move to a lightning round, and with 2 additional minutes per character element and one 5-minute revision period. Now, ready?
Get ready, because it's collaborating time.
Yes.
Yay!
It's collaborating time. Yes.
Collaborating time. We have ourselves a new transition. Thank you very much to the Heroic Origin transition team. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so let's pick out a few random elements here.
All right.
Let's pull up our outline. Skibidi-bop. Oh, yeah. There we are.
Timer as well.
Oh, yeah. We want to get that ready. Dip-do-do-do. We need a boom 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 dip do. Skibidi-bop-bop do-do. Yep, dap do-do-do-do-do. All right. Oh, yeah, that looks about right. Okay. There we. Oh, yeah. I've got to be on the left, apparently. So that's okay. We should have the guy in low resolution shot to be the first thing they see, going left to right. Okay. But no, it doesn't matter because we've got the outline here, which is totally high definition. All right. So let's take a look here and see what kind of words we want to come up with. We're not going to do the first ones that come. We're going to flip them here. All right. Weep. Okay. Arpent, which is a unit of land.
It's a neat sounding word.
It's what?
It's just a neat sounding word.
You like that one?
I like it.
Is it that neat? I don't know that it's that neat.
Arpent.
But it's a unit of land area slightly smaller than an acre. What's the point? It's like 75% of an acre? What are we saying?
Pythonic.
Like an oracle or python?
Like an oracle or...
Those are two things that are not very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, and paradisiacal. What does that mean? Suggestive.
Yeah, I want to say parasitical, like it's a parasite.
Suggestive of a place or state of perfect bliss. Okay. Well, that's what you would think it would mean. So, all right, Terrance, do any of these words stand out to you?
Yes, most definitely. I mean...
Oh, wait. It's too early because we haven't picked our picture yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I like these.
Let me get this.
I'm just trying to find the combo that makes sense with the Pythonic and the Oracle. That's where...
I bet we're a little smart. Okay. But let's find out our random image here. Come on. Here we go. Okay. We're not going to use that one. We're going to use something new here. All right. Okay, we do have veto power on this. Do you want to use this? Is it weird enough? Is that something that...
I can kind of get down with this. I think this will work. Yes.
I can get on with this too because it's that mouth guard that...
Yeah, like there's a thing about that yeah.
It's the mouth guard that totally does it for me because it just doesn't...
Well, the army guy,
I didn't know they issued mouth guards. I think that's kind of cool, actually. I think getting punched in the teeth would be like one of your
Yeah, it's not going to
Least,
stop a bullet.
yeah, yeah. Well, maybe it does. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, let's. Okay, are we ready to get on the clock?
Yes, we are ready.
All right, hit the
Here we
clock.
go.
I love the idea of having a superhero who can actually has like invulnerable teeth and can like ching ching, kind of deflect bullets, sort of like the bracelets for Wonder Woman.
Okay, I don't want it to be that silly.
Uh, okay,
But I could
okay.
go. But I could go with like sort of a similar like a Wolverine like ish unbreakable bones sort of scenario. So yeah, if they were shot in the teeth, they'd be unbreakable. But you know,
But why couldn't it be
they could
somebody
catch
who's
bullets with their
somebody? Okay, if
they're
maybe not
fast.
maybe not deflect bullets, but actually bite the bullets.
Yeah,
Literal.
well,
Oh, the bullet biter.
they could catch them with their teeth. Well, I like the idea. Okay, this all combined really quickly for me
Oh, okay.
into a military guy who meets a snake like oracle like god like being and is turned into like this python hero kind of thing with a poisonous kind of bite that gives you puts you in this state of bliss like the poison is just like oh you're just
Oh, oh.
incapacitated with this
So,
poison. Maybe it doesn't kill you, but it just
well, it's like maybe it's like
it's like a
like
bliss
truth
bite.
serum or something.
Yeah,
Well, I'm,
but
I'm,
then
I'm getting back to the Wonder Woman analogy here.
but then
Can deflect bullets with its teeth, but also
but yeah,
give.
if the teeth are, if you're like this python person, right, and you can move quick, and so maybe you could catch bullets in the air,
Yeah,
you could do
no,
that.
that
So
makes totally. I'm glad we're on board with this.
yeah, that works for me. So and then maybe it's more like a lightning reflexes than super speed or something,
Well, yeah,
and
it's that.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it's that snake like reflexes. So that okay. So is there some snake god in Afghanistan or Iraq that we can? I mean, where was this person stationed?
I don't know. That's and that and this guy climbing through the mud just makes me think. Yeah, it's like that it is tied to some piece of land, so that does make sense. Like just
Hmm.
in the mud and
Oh
found.
well, does he become a protector of some small piece of land?
I,
Well, we already kind
like
of did that.
I like him
Good.
more like a what's his face Moon Knight. He's an avatar or whatever.
Okay.
He's a he was gifted these powers by this god or whatever. So
So it'd be like Snake Squire or something like that.
yeah, yeah, Snake Squire. That's it. But
Squire Snake.
I don't know. I was trying to find what the combination of this whole Pythonic to Oracle is, and it looks like it might be Greek, like the origin. So maybe there's something.
Oh yeah, that's the weird thing. Yeah, so like yeah, it's like Pythonic like an oracle. Yeah, that's weird. I haven't heard that before. So
Yeah.
huh.
So yeah, if there's an origin there, that would be a good place to, or we could just maybe it's a snake god of Arkansas. So
Looks like Python is an oracle application. That's interesting.
oh yeah, there is that Python. Yeah, that's a
But that makes me wonder, like, is it? But it's like you wouldn't. Oftentimes software they find those connections and they make them.
right,
So that
right.
makes
Yeah.
this is an interesting Python Greek mythology. Um, okay, what does it say here? Python in Greek mythology, a huge serpent that was killed by the god Apollo at Delphi, either because it would not let him found his oracle, being accustomed itself to giving oracles, or because it had persecuted Apollo's mother Leto during her pregnancy. So it used to. So wait. So okay. Basically, Apollo wanted to insert his own oracle at Delphi, so he got rid of the snake. Is that what it was? Okay.
Okay.
So okay, I like that. I like that.
Ooh,
Let's go with that.
we're the child of the Earth who had an oracle. Yeah. Before So
Oh,
this
I see.
is
The Python used to have an oracle of its own. Well, I guess, but this is all assuming that the gods are giving the visions to the oracles, right? So the Python. So basically, the Python is. So our Python character here, does it actually have the ability to see the future or to give fortunes? Like is it the oracle of this Python god, or is the Python itself the oracle?
I like the idea that it's the oracle is the Python god, right? It
Okay.
was, so it's a deposed oracle, I guess, by the so it's not
What
in
I love
favor of
is
the
I love
gods.
the idea that it actually is the Python that tussled with Apollo.
Yeah, yeah, I like the. I know that whole origin right there is awesome. Just like I used to be the oracle, and then they kicked me out because this dude wanted to put in his own, and
So
now I'm just this oracle without a home, kind of.
so the
So
the Python gives a lot of cryptic messages then
yeah,
to our hero.
like to save the future or whatever, and maybe to do things like almost in spite of the gods, or stuff like that. This could be a disgruntled employee or ex-employee in essence. Like,
Oh, 45 synonyms for Python. We need to come up with a name for the character then. Let's see.
well, I want him to have snake powers, so like
Well,
to
yeah,
like
it should be. Yeah, let's make it snake powers here. So
uh
indigo snake, black snake, pit viper. Well, let's see. I mean, is a python is an anaconda a python? Interesting. Um, Mamba. I, hmm. Well, but there's also things like slither.
hmm,
Let's see here. Let's do that. Words associated with snakes. I was like slither, snake. Let's see, snake, viper, basilisk. I always like that word. Serpent, lizard, reptile, cobra, viper, dragon. But what about like slithering and stuff? Ooh, what do snakes symbolize? Fertility or a creative life force? Okay, I'm gonna do slither synonyms. Crawl, glide, skid, sneak. I don't know. It could be just like slither. You know. I mean that almost is. Well, if it's Moon Knight, are we going for a Moon Knight kind of thing, or do we want to use that as the inspiration for the character, but actually have a different,
yeah,
vibe?
no, not Moon Knight, but his own thing. Just like I just think the avatar of a higher being in that sense that's gifted. Like that's basically his origin is he was gifted these abilities by the actual oracle, the Pythos oracle, whatever.
Yeah,
Pythos?
Pytho. I think they said it was Pytho.
Pytho. Yeah.
So okay, Pytho. So what's his name?
Uh,
Pythonic.
yeah, I mean, looking up pythons or something.
I'm going to
So,
start writing down some of this stuff here. So we got powers. Well, okay. What would you call it? Quick. Uh,
I think lightning reflexes.
Lightning reflexes. Thank you.
That's the.
Reflexes. Durable teeth.
And you could just make
Oh, and
that his
also the
skeleton.
and what?
And then you could just make that his whole skeleton. Oh, because he unhinges jaw and do stuff like that.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Durable bones.
He's been
Are they
bitten by a
actually? Do,
radioactive
do
snake
snakes?
and has all the powers.
Do snakes actually have? Do snakes have bones, or is it cartilage?
No, they have bones.
They do have bones. Okay. Okay. So durable bones and teeth, and let's see, venom that creates
Ooh.
euphoric state.
Python
They,
feces is used in order to treat back pain in some tribe.
oh, great. Well, we'll say he has that power, but we don't have to list it.
I was just looking up stuff on Python. That was just like interesting. In
Okay.
northwestern Ghana, people see pythons as a savior and have taboos to prevent the snake from being harmed or eaten. In Botswana, uh, practices surrounding pythons date back 70,000 years. It's a sacred creature that's respected. In Benin, um, the pythons symbolize strength. So there's a couple different places. I mean, but this thing is disembodied, so it could appear to him anywhere. I mean, so Ghana, Botswana, Benin.
Okay. Okay.
In Nigeria, the gallbladder and liver of a python are used to treat poison or bites from other snakes. So maybe you can also, you know, be an anti-venom.
Well, I'm curious about the venom stuff. So, okay, creates a euphoric state in the person. So they
Mhm.
get incapacitated by that. So it is a way of incapacitating them, but it's a pleasant way of
Yeah.
incapacitating them.
Maybe
And they
it's like he can use it kind of like a truth serum-y kind of thing.
yeah, yeah,
It's like,
that's what I was thinking. But also, does it do other things? Does it, like, if they get enough, can you induce hallucinations in the person?
yeah, I mean, I would think so. I mean, that sounds blissful. Like it's just,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, but I'm thinking
like does it get to a point where it's just like a love potion or something, or like ecstasy, the drug, or
well,
something?
that'd be kind of enslaving people almost. To sort of
Yeah,
like they
yeah. Like
become.
if he could really push it out there and really give them the mega dose, and then they're
Well,
just
I was
gone.
wondering. Well, I mean, that would be that feels more like a supervillain type of
Well, I mean,
thing.
it wouldn't be what he would do, but it would be a capacity that he ultimately had. Like
Hmm.
you know,
Well, I was wondering about if there's hallucinations. Is it possible that the visions could be dispensed, like he bites somebody, and they get the truth serum going, but then they also have hallucinations. But those hallucinations are basically oracle divinations. I mean, how does he receive his communications from Pytho?
I would think that he has a line to the when Pytho decides to talk to him, he talks to him kind of like with Moon Knight. That's
Like
where
Khonshu, yeah.
yeah,
Just sort
where
of appears in like a dream, or actually, I don't know. It's been a while. I don't. The 80s version of Moonlight is very different than what
yeah,
they have now, and I don't know
right.
what the most up to date version is. So
And I mean,
Khonshu
and that's
used
most
to
people.
kind of do it more through dreams and stuff.
Yeah, where it would just come to him, and so that's where I would say, yeah. I mean, the one that's in the series that they just did is more just taking over. I don't know. He was, but then it's also the multiple personality thing where I don't know. He's just fighting himself, and he's fighting,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, hey, how about this? If it does do the, I have mixed feelings about the idea that they fall in love with him, but I'd be
well,
okay
no,
if it's like if it's like if it's like anesthesia, like you come out of anesthesia and like I don't know if you've experienced this, but I remember I had surgery once on my elbow. If you want to see the scar, and I remember coming out of that and just being absolutely in love with a nurse that pulled me out, and I think that's a common thing where it's just like, oh my god, you're the most beautiful person in the world, you're an angel, that sort of thing. And I what if it was like a temporary effect and it
yeah,
lasted, but I mean, it lasted longer than just a couple minutes, but it didn't last longer than like a couple days, right?
right, yeah. No, it's just until it gets out of their system, basically. Like, I mean, I think of it as like not something that's a permanent thing, but like if you got a huge dose of it, you're just gone. You're detached from reality.
Mhm.
Depending on how, he could give you like just put you in this blissful state and get information out of you, kind of. And then I don't know, in my head that starts to work its way into that weird kind of like, oh, this is so great. Oh, you're so great kind of like world of, that love potiony kind of feel, but it's not necessarily like a pheromonal, like you're gonna love me, it's just they're in this.
Oh yeah, it's not sexual.
Yeah,
It's not like romantic love. It's
right,
just like,
yeah.
well, but whatever.
Well,
The
but
point is
it
that,
can be however that individual interprets that, I guess, in that sense. So,
well, it occurs to me that some of the adversaries of this character are going to be basically like, I need that hit.
oh, you could get
You're going to have drug addicts from this.
yeah, yeah.
I like that idea. I like that idea that basically, like, when you use your power, you're creating drug addicts. The people that are addicted to that would make you very hesitant to use it, except when you absolutely needed to.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be that complicated.
Well, but
I
I
like
like
the idea that
leaning
there
into
is
the
some level of
complication here.
that, I mean, well, because I'm looking at, this thing with these tribes and all that use different parts of a python for different uses. It's like, that kind of runs right in there. Like, yeah, we can take your blood and make this amazing, elixir of, that eliminates all pain and brings nothing but joy and blah, blah, blah. So,
I mean, it makes a lot of sense to. I
it
mean, I
does. It
feel
makes
like
perfect
leaning
sense.
into that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So let's put that down under enemies, former victims.
Well, it could be, it could be like some sort of medicine man, honestly, like
Sure.
it could be people trying to harvest, the his blood, I guess, I guess it's not his blood, it's his venom. Yeah, but that's the thing also that pythons don't have venom.
They don't.
No.
Well, should it not be a python?
Well,
Why can't this python have a?
I like the fact that he does, because I mean, why not? Pythons, yeah.
Well, but is
Pythons,
that one of the defining characteristics of a python?
no, they do crushing, they do constriction.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the special power then. Okay.
You're right. Right.
People want
So
to
this
use
is
his
like in
venom.
addition to like his crushing power, he also has this bite. That's,
We gotta. Okay, we should put that in there. That's got crushing power.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, so that's why his bones would be more durable.
So constriction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess so. So he's got some level of maybe like super strength and I mean that would track.
Okay. So some of his enemies are people who want to steal his venom to use as a drug, or for religious rituals or whatever.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and the snake god should be massive, like ginormous. Just that
That's
whole
a supporting character. So
yeah,
Snake
but that's the
Pytho,
size of the Earth thing, the whatever our first word was. That should be the size of this.
like the size of a little bit smaller than an acre.
Yeah.
Just
Well, the pythons are some of the largest snakes in the world. So
yeah, no, I'm trying to look. Pytho the snake god, just smaller than an acre. I'm writing it down. And Pytho gives visions to our hero, which we don't have a name for. Should we come up with a name for our hero?
yeah, we need to come up with a name. But I don't know. Like what else do we know about him?
Frederick Fang. Fangswell.
Before we come up with the name, just like what
Wait,
else?
you don't like Frederick Fangswell?
No, I want a good name for him. I really like this guy.
Oh, he's cool. He's cool. Well, he's a soldier. I love that mouth guard. that's totally what.
Maybe he's a soldier that was overly obsessed with like keeping his teeth from getting ruined, so he's always wearing a mouth guard.
Well, what if it's a
Like,
sergeant?
you don't need a mouth guard for this. We're jogging. No.
Sergeant Snake. Sergeant Slither.
Stop with the names, not the names.
You don't want to do names now?
Those are terrible names.
Okay, fine.
It's like
I guess he's going to be a serious hero.
I want him to be cool. I like him.
No, he's cool.
Well, skills. He's got all the military combat skills, that sort of stuff.
Well, what kind of a soldier was he? Was he just a grunt, or was he like not a sniper? Probably. Tank commander? No, definitely somebody who gets in the mud, right?
On the ground, yeah,
So
like
infantry,
or you could be like, are they not Green Beret? What are the guys?
Rangers.
Rangers. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Hand-to-hand combat. Well, let's see. Say military combat. Okay. So, well, the equipment, though. I guess this gets into. Well, what kind of a costume does this character have?
Well, that's where I'm like, he's still thinking of like what this guy, his abilities. Like, does he get? I imagine like, okay, so he's a python, so he gets bigger, right? From the normal human size. Wouldn't that make sense?
Not necessarily.
Like maybe not ginormous. I don't know,
Because it.
like 8 feet taller. Just like he just gets.
I mean,
Or
it
no,
could
maybe he's
be.
not hulking. That would make more sense if he's smaller.
Well, what if it's like? What if the thing is he's just human-like, but he has a neck that elongates, and when it strikes,
Okay.
and so it can kind of like it's sort of like this is the head, but then
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen? You probably haven't seen this. Naruto, Orochimaru is like a snake sage, whatever villain, but he does that. His head will like extend though for like way far.
okay, so an elongated neck. Okay,
So yeah, so like neck, extension or whatever.
neck extension. Okay, that's a power we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Neck extension, and that's yeah, and jaw.
Yeah,
What do you call that? Unhinging.
unhinging. I don't know exactly how.
Okay. Okay, so I kind of feel like he looks like a normal human most of the time, and then
Could he be
but
like
then but
extra flexible? Like he can like curve his,
oh
like I think
sure.
there's somebody in this like the Serpent Society who does that, like who had that ability where they just could then slither around, but like could wrap
Well,
themselves.
there was the Cobra who had that. It just sort of like let's see here.
But yeah, very flexible and slithery body. I see it right there.
Yeah. So anyway, so he's got the slither, is what we're saying. Flexible,
So he's like a whiz.
slither. Basically, he's got a bunch of snake-like stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But I like the idea that it has the elongated neck. I like that, and it can just sort of,
yeah.
Um,
So like yeah, so that because that makes his. I think that you would need something like that to really make use of that bite, because otherwise you're trying to get people, and that's.
But the slither's cool too. So
I mean, really, the flexibility is what I think more so. Is that being able to wiggle out of things because your body is more flexible, like you're super double jointed.
well, okay. So where was this? Let's go back into his background. So he was a soldier in what theater? Or are we just going to say? I mean, was this in
Well,
Afghanistan
I
or
think it
was this
makes
in?
sense for it to be in Africa, based on what I'm seeing of like folklore of Africa. Like maybe he was in like
Was he a mercenary then? Was he? Well, are we going to lean more into the Moon Knight thing?
yeah, we could. Yeah. Well, we could, yeah, have him, yeah, just be a mercenary. That actually works out really well. Because
Okay,
then he's not tied to any governmental anything and he can do whatever he wants.
mercenary, active in what's a war zone?
I mean, he could have been, I don't know. I just think of all the girls that kept getting, abducted in like Nigeria and different like
Was that
spots.
Nigeria? Let's see.
And
There's Ethiopia.
and
Oh well.
he could just be like, I mean, we could be like nondescript, but he
We're
could
going to say
be.
Africa. We're just going to say Africa, a mercenary in war-torn Africa.
Yeah, because there was a group that was working in like 3 different countries, basically abducting people. So it was kind of like a multinational terror
Okay.
organization that was abducting people, and
Okay.
so he
So
could have been
mercenary active in war-torn Africa. So wait. So what is?
like the
Okay.
idea that he's fighting them because he's our hero. That's all. That's all. Where I was going.
You what?
I like the idea that he was fighting them because he's our hero, and that would be heroic for him to be
He
like
was fighting who?
the
Which?
people, the terrorist people that were abducting people. Like he'd been hired by the government to counteract them, to hunt them down, and
Oh, okay. So he's okay. So
because
he
I
was
want him to
hired.
be a
Sure, you
heroic
want to be good.
mercenary.
Except the
Yeah,
governments are oftentimes pretty bad too. So, but
but
mercenary hired, active in war-torn Africa, hired by the good guys.
yes, like he's a heroic mercenary, not a murdering evil
Got it.
mercenary. Yeah,
He vetted his. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that'll be interesting. Okay.
Like
Um,
former army ranger, that sort of thing. So
uh-huh.
yeah, he just wanted it to be a little bit extra judicial from our governments.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
you realize though this
That's
could kind of make him like the Punisher, right?
well, or Moon Knight. I mean, Moon Knight was a mercenary. That was actually Moon Knight's
Yeah.
thing. I don't think the Punisher was ever a mercenary.
No, but could make him kind of like the good guy that goes around killing people.
Well, what kind of? I mean,
I don't want to be
where is this? Is this fella still in Africa, or has he come to the U.S. and he's being a superhero? What's the situation there?
I guess so he got these powers. What is his other life, I guess, outside of war? What is his life outside of that? Like what
Well,
was
that's what I'm wondering. I mean, is he? Because I mean, the thing about Moon Knight is he's just this rich guy, and
right.
I don't. I'm. They must have explained it somehow. I don't really know, but he's like.
They've got a different thing in the series,
But
but
he's also a cabbie. I don't know. Moon Knight was kind of interesting, but I mean, is this guy? Is he? I mean, because okay, first off, okay, you get possessed by this. I mean, I'll just follow this logically. Okay, so you get um, picked as an avatar by this snake god,
mhm.
and everybody you come back and you explain to people what happened to you, and they think you're crazy, so you're discharged from the military because you're crazy, right?
He wasn't in the military.
Oh, that's right. He was a mercenary. Well, so he was a mercenary when it happened.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say, what if the snake god is like, this is the thing that you need to go fix, and so wherever the like tells him, you've got to stop, this organization from coming to power, and it's just like, wherever that organization is where he is, so
Well,
it could be.
should we? Okay. Do we want to tie this into Apollo? Is it like maybe Apollo, the god Apollo, who is the adversary, that we kind of touched on? Um, and this Python god could be from anywhere in the world. It just happened to have its minions at one point in Delphi.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, do we want to say like Apollo is like an immortal who runs a international organization or something, and the Python is trying to fight that, or is that too much like what we did with Amelia Earhart?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. When you say that, definitely, yeah. No. I mean, it could just be simple as like Terminator. Stop a Skynet from coming to power.
Well, but I mean, this is Pytho's okay. So Pytho can
It
see the
doesn't
future.
necessarily.
Well, what is Pytho's interests?
I
What
mean,
is
maybe it is. Because I think of like the gods as not having like running a business. But they favor some things over other things, and you know help destiny find that way. And yeah, Pythos is spiteful probably, and is like, but that's not for the betterment of people. Maybe the combating climate change, or maybe the gods are like, yeah, we need to get rid of some people. Let's do some things that are just going to wipe out, this segment of the population.
I guess we can also just say it's mysterious and
Yeah.
figure it out later.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It can be
yeah.
anything, and it can seem to be so detached from, a regular thing, but actually has other ramifications that
Well, but do we run into
on the immortal scale of things matter.
does our character run into problems with like questionable missions? Does that happen where it's like
I would
Pytho says you need to go kill this guy or something?
right.
And it's like, no, I'm not going to kill anybody
I
for
would
you.
think so.
Except
Yeah.
that I'm a mercenary, so I probably would
Right.
kill somebody for you.
Right. Well, but that's why he's a good mercenary. That's why I wanted to emphasize he's not an evil mercenary. He's a
Yeah.
good guy. He is a good guy. I want to be a good guy.
No, I agree. But I'm thinking there's going to be points where do you
well,
just
yeah,
follow
where he's at
along?
odds. Yeah, I think that, just the idea of the immortal mindset versus, the mortal mindset, where it's like, yeah, this person is a blip in existence. They don't matter. Just get rid of them. That's the easy and simple path for an immortal. Because, like, yeah, oh no, people are going to be mad for 50 or 100 years, whatever.
Yeah. But our hero,
Our hero is, of course, mortal.
it was
And
like, okay, I'm gonna come up with a different solution.
right.
Oh, so it's actually could be like a negotiation, sort of like you want me to do this, but I'm gonna find a different way to do it.
Right.
That's not
Right.
as okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
he's going to come to odds with with their process of doing things.
So this is kind of
But
interesting.
he's got to figure out, sometimes what it is that the gods really want. What Pythos is saying is like, we need to stop. We need to kill this guy because he's going to end the world. And it's like, but we could just. What's he really going to do? Oh, it's like in 10 years he's going to, have a baby. And it's like, well, we don't really need to kill him then. We just need to.
We can just
I don't know. Maybe not.
sterilize him.
Yeah, I mean, but maybe there's some other. That's probably a bad example.
No. That's interesting. No, I think it creates. No, I like the dilemmas there. So okay.
Yeah, so because he's got to figure out what it is that's really the at risk here and the danger, and he's got to.
But generally speaking, well, so is he required to? Is he like under control, like a mind control situation, or is
No,
it just like Pytho saved his life, and so
like, did he save his life? I don't know. I think Pythos gave him powers
yeah,
to enact Pythos's will, but he can use those powers. He has free will, obviously, to interpret and use those powers as But I'm sure that there could come conflict with his god, and that all sorts of. I mean, I just think there's fertile ground there for stories in that sense. But I think of him as a free agent. He's a mercenary for Pythos.
Yeah. Well, there's also going to be So is he a mercenary still? Is he right now a mercenary, or is he
Well, I think he's a hero. He's
a full-time superhero?
Yeah.
Does he have a lair?
Because he has. I mean, now he has missions that are above, that are beyond what he was doing before. So.
I hate to say it, but Pytho is like a really good name. I hesitate to give it just to the god. I almost want that to be the name of our hero.
Python.
Anyway, okay.
It could be. He could just take on the god's name. Isn't that what? Well, no, that's not right. That's him now. Shazam. Because I watched Black Adam. Like, isn't that what Shazam did? But he was actually Captain Marvel, not Shazam.
These serpent gods. I mean, because you got like snake deities of Egypt, and we could give him the name our hero the name Pytho, and then we could pick like a snake deity from like Wadjet, Renenutet, or I mean there's ancient Greece. There's Asclepius, or who's Asclepius? I'm curious who Asclepius is. Is that the guy? that the hero and god of medicine? Okay. Oh, but it was the son of Apollo, so that wouldn't work. Well, maybe it could work.
Python was the name of, I was just looking at the name of the various described as the male. Yeah. Interesting.
Well, okay.
Echidna, a she serpent, the woman's head and breast.
Does this? So I'm just okay. I'm imagining then that this character has a lair, like just a lair in Africa where it was bitten. It's like the Temple of Pytho or whatever, and that's where he works out of, and he goes on missions from there in
Well,
the
I would think.
Pytho jet.
Well, see, I was thinking because this was a god that was deposed, in essence, like the oracle that was deposed, it could just be anywhere. It's kind of it can.
I know, but I'm just trying to figure out where our character is.
Oh, I would say wherever he originated from, like that is
The U.S.
Yeah, I mean that's in theory. Yeah, that's. I mean,
Well, because I mean, if you're a mercenary, I mean, so does this guy provided for by our god? I mean, how does this person make ends meet? Is the person still a mercenary?
well, I mean, I guess that's it. What's his job now? I mean,
Is
he's
he now
trying
a?
to. I mean, he's
Is he
trying
a
to save
snake?
the
Is he a?
world, right?
Huh?
He's trying to save the world now on the regular basis. He's
Maybe
saving.
he works for. Maybe he works for. A snake oil salesman, right? So it'd be like maybe. Well, no. I'm just following the pun to see if that gives us some. But it could actually work for a pharmaceutical company. He could be.
That's
He
pretty
could be in
messed up.
pharmaceutical sales.
Being a mercenary to working for a pharmaceutical.
No, actually, I don't know. I think that actually might. It's international. You actually, because think about pharmaceuticals. You have to. You're trying to get them into communities around the world. Sometimes in third world areas, and being a mercenary actually probably wouldn't be a bad background.
Well, actually, he could instead of being a mercenary, maybe he could just work for like USAID or like one of these governmental groups that does that sort of work all over. Yeah, like a.
But he's still a former ranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, but now for a civilian, he works, he works in DC. He works with all of these groups that send people out to.
Was he a? And
Like,
this would be a good tie into Asclepius, who's So I mean, was he a soldier when he got bit or not bit?
Yes.
He was
Well, no, he was a mercenary when he got bit.
So he was a ranger, then a former ranger, then he was a mercenary. Now he's a pharmaceutical salesperson.
Well, not pharmaceutical sales. He works for a
USAID.
Yeah, for like a
Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, like an organization. What is the non-government organization, like NGO?
NGO. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. Like one of those organizations
Like
that would
the World
be like
Health Organization.
World Health. But so one of these independent organizations that does this work, gets grants from the government, does
let's
work
see
all
here.
around the world to
Health NGOs.
Like Bill Gates has one, and they do this sort of stuff where they'll humanitarian assistance.
The Emergency Nutrition Network. Well, I mean, there's a bunch here. Well, we can make up one.
Yeah, I mean, I would just make one up.
But the point is that he's in an NGO. He works for
Right. So that's his day-to-day job, and that can put him, in the U.S. on, just, chasing down some senators, writing up, grant application. I mean, he can be doing some really, plain stuff, and then still have to run out and save the world, or he could be in any place on the planet and have to save the world. So, still a hero.
Okay. Now works for NGO that provides it. Okay. As a mercenary. Okay. Encountered Pytho, a deposed serpent. Okay, so there's. Well, wait. Did we want to call him Pytho?
I think let's go with Pytho. I like that as a name.
Okay, Pytho. encountered a deposed serpent. Okay, so we don't know the name of the um, serpent god. Okay, it changed all my
Oh,
references.
our time is coming up.
Oh,
And that is the end of our 40-minute time period.
okay. I'm just cleaning up a little bit of what we got here, but we do have to go to. Hold on here. That means now that we've ended our 40-minute regulation period, that means we got to do a
Lightning round.
the graphics are strong with this one. All right, so let me just clean up the outline here a little bit here, but
All right.
okay,
So
I
let me
think I've
grab
got all the Pytho references gone.
our
So
two
okay,
minute
and we can figure out the snake god's name later. But okay, so we've got 2 minutes per category here, and we've got several categories. We've got civilian identity, we've got civilian psychology. Well, maybe we've taught that a little bit because the civilian psychology is that he's providing
Right.
aid to third world countries.
Well, to people that's saving the world. It's not restricted.
People around the world, needy people around the world.
He's using his talents to make the world a better place.
But let's
He
see.
just
Okay, but
happens to
we
have talents in the mercenary.
civilian identity we haven't come up with a name yet. Weaknesses, we haven't done weaknesses. We haven't talked about equipment. We've sort of talked about appearance, but I don't think we really nailed that. And then we have social issues, which we do have that figured out. So, global aid. Okay. So okay, what do we want to tackle first here? You want the name, or do you want to do weaknesses, or equipment, appearance? What do you want to do?
I guess I don't know. Equipment seems like something to delve into a little.
Okay, start the clock.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So,
Well, I mean, does he even need equipment? I mean, because like Moon Knight has a little scarab, not or the little moon stars thing that he throws. I mean, do we even need that for this guy? Because
well, does he? I guess does he have anything that ties him directly to this snake god that he can call upon or anything like that? That's what
I think like a scale, like a snakeskin suit that's like super tough.
a whole suit. So he has to carry that around with him. Like he
Well,
doesn't. I thought his body
he wears it under his. That could be part of his appearance, I suppose, but the snake skin. I'm just thinking like a snake skin armor is what I'm thinking.
What if it's like just like a bracelet or I don't know. I don't know, something smaller.
Well, we know he can deflect bullets with his teeth.
Right.
But I mean, like the skin, like it would just be a skin tight shirt or something.
I would think that his skin would. I mean, he has snake power, so that would make more sense to be his actual skin, right?
Well, but that would make it hard for him to. Would make it hard for him to go around in disguise. Okay, anyway, we're running out of time here. So okay, you don't like that. What's some equipment that he should have?
I'm just like, yeah, I some sort of talisman or something. I think something.
Like what?
I don't know. That's where I wanted to go into a lightning round and figure that out.
I mean, but I mean, what would be the? Does the talisman turn him into the snake, or what are we talking? Or I think he has the snake powers all the time.
Yeah, I think that's inherent, but perhaps he transforms. Is my
right now it's beginning to feel like he has no equipment.
Okay, an earring, a ring.
Of what? What kind of? Well, he
like
has a whole bunch of bling.
A little snake ring.
Fine. I don't think it counts as equipment if it's just ornamental, though.
Well, it gives him a connection to the snake god. That was the whole idea. That's
okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, let's do.
So I guess we were all over the idea of his appearance. So I want to just go ahead and tackle that now?
Yeah, let's do the appearance. So, are we doing heroic appearance or is civilian
I
appearance?
think his heroic is where we're.
Okay.
And
So,
3, 2, 1, let's go.
does he wear fatigues? I mean, does he
Well,
have a?
no, I don't want to lean that far into like him being so. I mean, like,
does he have a costume? Does he do anything? Is it just him walking around with a tie and a shirt, and he just starts doing snaky stuff? What?
I think he transforms into whatever his costume is. Like he looks like a normal guy until he turns on his Python's power or whatever, you know.
Well, is it just he takes off his clothes and he's
the question is I like him having, looking completely different when he's using his powers. Just like a costume of some sort. Yes.
Okay, so he's like Manimal. He's like Manimal. He goes through this whole.
No, I like the idea that he actually does have a costume to protect his identity. Like that he has to have a secret identity. That's more fun.
Well, I like that too, but I mean, so is it a?
Right.
So he has a costume.
Yes, it's snake themed.
Okay. So that's cool. Okay, so he has a costume. We'll figure that out during the live draw, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Okay, snake themed.
Yes, to protect his identity, like basically
costume. So it's gonna have some sort of
mask or something.
With mask. Okay. Okay.
And
fine. We're done with that. Reset the clock.
All right. I was gonna say, so civilian identity.
I just think he's gonna look well. Is he? We haven't talked about like ethnicity. We haven't talked about. I mean, gender. We're kind of assuming male in this case.
Yeah, I think I've settled on male.
Yeah, me too. I'm
starting the timer.
Oh, okay, great. So, I mean, just like, is ethnicity important here, or is he just like Irish or something? Irish American. I mean, what?
I don't know. What's a?
I'm Anglo-Saxon. Why are they Anglo-Saxon Protestant? I mean, yeah, you could just, or who's an actor that he would look like? Who do you think is a?
That's where I just looked
like
up
Adam Driver or something.
Person, like who would look really cool as this? Oh, we could make him Indian. There's a whole thing in India with those are cobras, really. I don't know, like the snake charmers. That's where I think that was.
We can make him Greek.
We could make him African.
Make him African.
That was like we've got. Oh, yeah. Sorry, looking up snake people, you get all sorts of horrifying things. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm okay. Okay, you want to make him? Well, I mean, so he'd be an African mercenary.
Okay, well, he could be African American. Then he's still American. I don't know. I wanted him to be American, so I'm cheating.
Okay, well, I wanted him to be American too. African American.
So that's why he was so concerned about the African theater.
But we're just talking about like a typical. What, does he wear a tie?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, because he's an aid worker now, so he's professional and all that. So.
Shirt and tie. Rolled up sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, formerly army fatigues or whatever. I mean, like, yeah, when he's in the places he needs to be, he's dressed appropriately, I would say.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's the least important thing. Okay, but nothing too special about that. Okay, right. Let's do weaknesses.
All right.
We're close. We're almost done here.
Yeah, here we go.
Hit the clock.
So what's a weakness for a snake? I mean, is he cold-blooded, I guess is a question. Is that a...
Well, that's one way to go. The other one is, this would be going down Moon Knight territory again, but is he psychologically stable?
I want him to be, yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, snake. Yeah, cold-bloodedness. What would that... So so basically in like cold... That's interesting. So he's kind of... So yeah, so if he gets into a cold... Like if he was locked in a freezer or something, then he would... How does that work?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want him to be like really cold-blooded because that's I think impossible to live with, like as a human being, because you can't regulate your own temperature. So we could just have him have a weakness to cold.
Well, I mean, it could just, yeah. I mean, I think,
Blooded.
well, yeah. Let's just. Why don't we just? I mean, I actually like the idea of him being cold blooded, and he actually has to wear something to keep him warm. If I mean extra warm, like he has to, like it can't just be a coat. He's got to,
Oh no, I
because
mean,
coats, like coats work with your own body heat.
yeah,
But
see,
you actually have to have a heat suit if he's in the
right.
Arctic or something.
Which is, but he would need it 24/7. He would need it in your normal climates. That's why it's just not feasible
What?
for him.
Why? If you're in a
Because
warm climate.
because you wouldn't have the ability, like you would have to literally sit and get your heat all day before. As think about the size of a human and getting that kind of body heat generated to move throughout your day and do your regular tasks. He would not be able to work as a normal human if he was cold blooded.
Hey, we've actually got a chat. No, it's a promotional thing. Let's delete that. Yeah. Okay.
But so I am against a heat suit. Just
Okay. So no weaknesses.
well, I thought the weakness just to cold was he's got a weakness to cold, but he's
Oh,
not.
so he's cold blooded. Okay.
But he's not cold blooded. He's just has a weakness to cold.
Is it worse than a regular human weakness to cold?
Yes, yes, it's actually his weakness. So yeah,
So I'm going to say cold sensitivity. Okay.
okay.
Well, is it? Well, but is it like he loses his powers if he's in the cold?
I would just feel like he's more incapacitated. Like he's more like cold sensitivity is fair. Like he's just more susceptible to
Well,
you know.
like to getting sick, to what? To being hazy? What is it? How does it manifest different than just me being cold and feeling a little bit? Brr.
Well, though, if you were actually incapacitated by the cold, you know hypothermia and all of the chills and everything. I mean, you would be weaker and right. You're just slowed down. You're not able to do things. You're shivering. You just
So it's okay. It's just worse than what a normal human would
right,
have.
right, right.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I
I'm just
started the clock again. We'll
yeah.
move it back. Move back to 2. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Do we? And then we have a 5-minute revision period.
Is that everything? Really?
That's it.
Oh,
Oh no,
so,
we don't have a name yet for the civilian. So quick, hit the clock.
uh, what's a
It's going to be Snake Milton.
I think his first name should be Cole.
Cole. Okay. Okay. Cole. But his nickname was Snake in the military.
Okay.
No, 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 no. That doesn't roll off the tongue there. Cole.
Okay, I see where you're going. So,
Oh, but it'd be like King. Oh, like well, Cole. Hmm. Cole. Cole. Um, I don't know. Why? There's different types of pythons. Maybe Conda. Cole Conda.
or Basil, like basilisk.
No, we think we use Basil for a different character.
uh, uh,
Get all the Basils together. Cole Climate.
Monty.
It's not a
Monty Python.
last name. Surname means snake. Let's see.
Medusa.
40
Severus.
names that mean snake or serpent. Here we go. Mom Informed. This is on Mom Informed. Girls' names that mean, Belinda means snake. Interesting. Shumana. Donnell. Or Eggle. Havu. Lindy.
Linda.
Cole Lindy. Naga. Cole Naga. That's of Indian origin. Okay. Well, we know his name's Cole. Is that enough? A 5-minute
Well, we've got 5 minutes to revise. Do you want to put up a?
Yeah. Do we have a 5-minute thing?
Yeah, give me a second. Oh man, I wish it just automatically went in there. All right. Beep.
Okay.
All right. Oh wait. Okay.
We should avoid. Okay. So, okay, we're gonna figure out. Oh yeah. Remember, you got to move. I hate the
Yes,
way
I
this works. But
know.
okay. So we just want to figure out that last name. Um,
Well, okay. We want something.
or is Cole his last name?
Cole could be his last. I don't know. I like the name Cole because it kept saying Cole,
Davis Cole.
and maybe
Davis Cole.
something more. Well, I like the idea that there's something snaky in there. I don't know.
Well, what are some words that go with? Okay, well, okay, we're on the
Cole.
clock. Okay, there's scale. There's slither. There's are they spineless? I guess they have bones, but are they invertebrates?
Uh,
Vern Cole.
oh, we could have made him like Korean or something. His name could have been Fang. He could be half Korean. Cole Fang.
Yeah, could be Cole Fang.
PHA.
I don't know if I like that name, but I mean it's. No, there was some cool. I think like
Mamba.
Nagavene means hair like snakes and is of Indian origin. Sarf. Oh, that's Welsh. So it could be Cole Sarf.
Oh wait, what was the?
Boys'
There's one
names.
in there that was a Native American snake handler. Something. I was just reading through. But that would be a cool name if we could combine a snake handler.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. There's a lot of Dippily, Cole Dippily. Oh, Drake. Drake means snake or dragon. Interesting. Could be
Oh yeah,
Drake Cole or Cole Drake or Draco.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Fanny means snake or hood of a snake, so it could be Cole Fanny.
Doesn't have to be. I'm starting to dislike Cole as a name.
Yeah, Cole is difficult to work with.
Yeah. But I like the idea
Adder.
of some sort of what would a snake handler do? Like
Phineas. That's interesting. Phineas is that's a serpent's mouth and is of Hebrew origin. Phineas. What do you think about Phineas? That could be a first or last name.
yeah,
Could be Phineas Cole.
that's a cool name. I like that. Phineas Cole.
Phineas Cole. All right. Oops. Where are we here? Okay, Phineas Cole. All right, that's our character name. All right, so I think that was the last thing we need. Is there anything else we wanted to review? Or do we want to just do a review and finish up here?
I mean, wow, we got all of it. So,
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just do our summary. We'll try to make it entertaining. Stop the clock.
Stop the clock. We've canceled the apocalypse. Sorry.
All right. That's all right, folks. So our hero for today. Bum. Can you give me some? Give me like bum 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Today's hero is Pytho. Phineas Cole was a former army ranger serving as a mercenary in war-torn Africa, but he always worked with the good guys. During a mission, he was He encounters a deposed serpent god, an oracle, who chose him as an avatar, giving assignments to the now newly christened Pytho. Pytho goes around the world solving crises and mysteries as they
Yes.
appeared. Okay,
We
do you want
didn't
to do
get
the
a
next
name
part?
to a serpent god.
What?
We didn't get a name for a serpent god.
That's okay. Just let's do the summary.
Okay. Well, I feel like,
What are his powers, Terrance?
his powers. Pythos is powered with the lightning reflexes, durable bones, and teeth. He has the ability to constrict and a venom that creates a euphoric state and truth-telling hallucinations. Oh, that's a long.
And creates a deep attachment to the hero while processing the venom.
He can extend his neck and unhinge his jaw, and his flexible bones allow him to slither like a snake.
But he's very sensitive to the cold.
His one weakness is the cold.
Brr. But he has a fashionable snake ring.
His connection to its unnamed snake god is through a snake ring, but he uses his skills as a ranger to combat evildoers around the world. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, okay. He's also plagued by former people that have been exposed to his venom because they become addicted to it, or because they want to use it for synthesize it as a drug or use it for religious rituals.
All right.
But he is trying to save the world in the best way that he knows how. He is Pytho. He's looking for peace on Earth.
That just went straight into like professional wrestling world.
Sounds good to me. Well, superheroes were originally inspired by professional wrestlers, so I'm okay with
that. That oh my goodness, that would be such a character in professional wrestling. Like, I want peace in the world. I'm gonna lay my constrictor blow on you. Oh no, he's got him in the constrictor.
constrictor blow, which is totally not what it would be, right? That's not what a constriction is. But I like that. Because it would have to be like some sort of punch that then wraps around the person.
Yeah.
Well, hey, folks, that was our
wrestling circuit. We could have done that.
Well, that could be a follow. Well, do we want to add that onto our?
No.
Well, we could put that as enemies. Also, well, he could be a professional wrestler on the side.
I'm just gonna say you should bookmark that for future for future heroes.
Okay, not for this one. All right, so
that for holiday heroes.
Well, so that's it for this episode. But we want to hear from you, True Conceivers. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? Leave us a comment or email at heroicpod@gmail.com, and we'll respond to your feedback on upcoming episodes. Don't forget to show your support, share, subscribe, or just hit that like button. It all helps. And that's a wrap. Keep on hero smithing, True Conceivers. We'll see you next time. Well, and next time is going to be a little different because Terrance is not going to be here for the last 2 Saturdays of the month. So we're going to do a condensed version. We're going to do a live draw mixed with a plotcast next week to see if we can kind of wrap up this hero for the month early. And then we're going to have some guests on for the last 2 Saturdays. I'll be having some guests on, and we'll be doing some holiday superheroes. So,
yes.
All right.
You make a wrestling.
We might make a wrestling hero. Yeah, that's right.
Well, just a whole wrestling, whole microcosm in our little world of wrestlers. A fight club of sorts. A holiday fight club. That would be fun.
What was the name of the wrestling group that started in Captain America, but it's in Marvel Comics? They're all superpowered wrestlers. The Thing was in it for a while.
Yeah, because there was the female thing. That
was it World Class Wrestling or
something like that?
Let me see. Demolition Man is the one I know, or D-Man.
You just make them all luchadors.
Oh, it was the Superhuman Wrestling. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
The SWF. That's not what it was called. Yeah. Anyway, uh, that this is a way to fizzle out the episode. Okay, so a former professional wrestler,
Painfully
Demolition
reading.
Man, is a dubious and difficult career. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we can worry about that later. Hey, everybody, this was a fun time. Let us
Fun
know if
time.
you have
We got
any suggestions for the character, but we will reconvene next week at roughly the same time, which is what is that? Is it
between
12:30
12.
Eastern, 10:30?
Well, actually, probably closer to 1 next week.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
there we go. All right, whatever. All right, we'll see y'all then. Thop. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, that's right. We've got an outro we got to play. Hold on.